was 14 years old that summer, one of 11 kids back then. The old boxer had a litter of puppies out behind the weather pen. One came into this world broken, little legs curled underneath, a crooked face and troubled breathing, fighting hard for every breath. And my mother called me to the kitchen, spoke so softly I can still hear. Aaron, take him where the little ones won't see, and do what needs doing, dear. She handed me a brown paper sack, and I argued all the way. Mom, I can't do this. She said, son, sometimes life works that way. I walked past the barn and up the roadside to a stone wall in the sun. Sat there staring at that paper bag, praying I'd wake up from what had begun. I opened it slow and looked inside, and there he was looking back at me, a little boxer puppy struggling for air, too young to know what was meant to be. Would be over much too soon. And before the world went dark around him, before heaven called him home, the only love he'd ever known was the hand that held his own. The only love he'd ever feel, the only kindness he would see, was a few brief moments on a country road from the dog who only loved me. So I scratched behind his little ears and talked to him for a while, told him he was a good dog and watched him lift his head and smile. Then I folded up that paper bag and stepped out beyond the wall. There was a rock out in the pasture, still standing there after all. I thought, if this has to happen, I won't let him suffer long. So I threw with everything inside me, though every part of me said it was wrong. And I realized right there on that stone wall, some lessons leave a scar for life. Growing up ain't baseball games, or getting your driver's rights. Sometimes it's tears nobody sees, and carrying weight that shouldn't be. Sometimes growing up looks exactly like the dog who only loved me. I ran home crying through the twilight, couldn't This was what becoming grown meant. I wasn't sure I wanted to be a man. Years have passed and I've buried people, seen heartbreak, loss and grief. But that little boxer in a paper sack still lives somewhere inside me. And every now and then I think about him, that tiny soul beneath the sky, and how love isn't measured by forever. Sometimes it's measured by goodbye. Sometimes it's measured by goodbye. He never chased a ball across the yard, never got to run wild and free. But for a few small moments in this world, he was loved and he loved me.